All right, guys, welcome to this video. My name is Taylor Benchute. I'm going to talk to you today about signing clients without any experience. No case studies, no results. You don't need references. How do you actually do that when you're on the call with a prospect? He or she says, can you refer me to someone that you've worked with? Can you show me a case study? Can you tell me about results that you've gotten with other clients in my industry? I'm going to show you two ways you can completely eliminate that, because if you're signing your first client, that's a pretty nerve-wracking thing. I know what that feels like, and it's a pretty common question I get from people who are just starting out in their agency. So this video is going to walk you through how you can completely eliminate ever having someone ask you for references or for case studies, or how you can deal with it when it arises. But I'm going to give you two ways. So the first way is the pre-frame, which you can basically pre-frame the person and just upfront tell them that, hey, I'm new. I don't have results in your vertical, in your niche, but I've learned from someone who does, or I've learned a lot about Facebook ads and blah, blah, blah. I think that I can definitely provide a service. I'm happy to give you a discount on my services or whatever. So in the first contact, what you can do is you can pre-frame the person's mind by just being very transparent and telling them that you actually don't have any case studies and that you have basically zero results in their niche, okay? But you actually have learned from someone who has experience in their niche, or you've been studying relentlessly and you feel very confident that you can deliver results and you're happy to do so and work for them at a reduced rate. I wouldn't say free, because I don't believe in that. I think that there's some cases where maybe you can do free, but it's not necessarily free. It's like an ad rev percentage deal where it's like a paid on performance type thing. But that's still not free, and I wouldn't do it for free ever. That's just my personal belief. There's some people who do free trials or different stuff like that. That's totally fine. Maybe that works for other people. I've never been of the belief of doing that. So you can pre-frame them. Now, when would this happen? In the first contact, I just released a video, the video before this video, talking about how to get clients. So two easy ways that you can actually get clients, especially if you have no experience and you've never signed a client ever. Trojan horse marketing is by far one of the most legendary methods you can use. It will work for you if you do it manually with Loom. It will work for you if you do it automated. You just need to tweak it to get it right, and you just need to make sure you're in a good niche that will actually resonate with a message like the Trojan horse video. But when you reach out to someone cold for the first time, it's the first contact, and you send them this Loom video in email or in Facebook or in LinkedIn, it doesn't matter where you send it. In this video, at some point in halfway through the video or towards the end of the video, you can tell them and be totally upfront. I would probably save it towards the end of the video, but you can tell them in that video towards the end and say, hey, John, I want to be completely transparent with you. I don't have any experience working with dentistries, but I have experience learning from someone who has worked with dentistries. Or if you can't even say that, you can say, but I've learned from someone who has deep expertise in Facebook advertising. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. Whatever the service is, wherever you learned the service that you're learning how to provide, you can basically talk about who you've learned from. And it doesn't matter if you've learned from some free video on YouTube. If the person that you're learning from is actually a knowledgeable person that you can say, actually has a lot of experience, which hopefully they should. You should never be learning from someone who doesn't have actual experience. So this shouldn't be an issue. You should be able to tell them that you've learned a lot about XYZ, which is whatever the services that you're going to provide for that person, from someone who has XYZ experience and results. So you can kind of use association bias, which is one of the cognitive biases, to associate yourself with someone. Now, is this going to affect your conversion rate of your outbound strategy? Yes, it is. Then it's going to definitely probably decrease your call booking rate. But for the people that do book a call, you don't have to worry about them asking you for case studies, because it was in the video and you know that they are still interested regardless that you have no experience. So it really removes the pressure of oh my God, but I have no experience, I'm not qualified, blah, 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 blah. Listen, you got to get over that, and you just got to realize that it doesn't matter. You're more qualified than the person you're reaching out to. The person you're reaching out to has no experience with the potential service that you're going to offer them. So that's very simple. That's very straightforward. So pre-frame their minds in the initial first contact by being transparent and telling them that, hey, I don't have experience in your vertical, but I've learned from someone that does. Or, I can't provide you any case studies because XYZ. It doesn't matter how you say it. I like to just go about it and say that, you've learned from someone that has XYZ and you don't. But because of this, you're currently working at a reduced rate than other people would normally charge, and you're going to be working twice as hard. You don't have to say that last part. If you want to add that in, that's totally fine. At the end of the day, just saying that you don't have case studies because you're new in this vertical, but you've learned from someone who does is more than enough. Okay, you don't need to discount your services or your experience. So the second thing is no pre-frame. Now, this is where when someone asks you for a case study, because in the initial first contact, you didn't talk about how you have no experience, you're just going to have to tell them that exact same thing on the phone call. When they say, hey, can you send me some case studies? You say, look, John, I want to be completely transparent with you. I don't have case studies to send you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try to make you some fake case studies. I think transparency is one of the most important things, and I hold integrity very dearly to my heart. I don't have case studies, but I have learned from John XYZ, and this person has amazing results. He's actually mentoring me through this process right now of how to do XYZ. And because of that, if you don't want to work with me, that's totally fine. I understand that. But just know that, for me, I'm working relentlessly to make this thing work. And I'm also going to be willing to, work at lower rates because, again, I know I'm not super qualified. So I'm not going to be charging $10,000, $20,000 a month. It might only be $1,000 to $1,500 per month or whatever it might be. So you can basically say something along those lines. That was a long, blurred rant that I just went on there. But that's what you're going to have to do. These are the two options that you have when it comes to signing clients without experience. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'm really curious to hear if you have a different strategy or process for this. I believe that pre-framing is the way to go. It'll completely relieve you of the pressure of thinking I'm not good enough, or thinking that I don't know what to do if they ask for case studies, or there's this thing called imposter syndrome where you're kind of like, you're pretending to be something that you're not. Forget that shit. Don't lie to people. Just fucking tell the truth, and you're going to live a way happier life. Believe me. I've gone through the path of like imposter syndrome when I was first starting out at 19 years old, and like just basically lying about the amount of experience that I had. And after like doing that for like a month, I was like, holy shit, I feel terrible inside. I can't do this. This is awful. And so just being completely transparent. And it's a beautiful thing. You're going to feel way better. You're going to be way happier. Just do it. Take my word for it and try it out. Let me know your thoughts. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and also give me a thumbs up. It's going to help the YouTube algorithm boost these videos to help more people who have this same issue. And I hope you found some value in this. All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll try to get back to you. I do try to get back to everyone. Thanks for watching. Ciao.